Ryan Powell of Iron Far here with Luke Nelson before the 2016 the Rut 28k. How are you, Luke?
Fantastic. Happy to be here.
We were just chatting. It's been a while.
Yeah.
On camera, that is.
That's true. That's true. We've crossed paths a lot. But
yes. Well, you've gone through a couple changes over the last couple of years. Most notably, last year you did a lot less racing.
Yeah, only 2 races last year.
And what had you go in that direction for a year?
It was time for the mind to have a break. You know, break from training real hard on real specific objectives or racing objectives. I did a lot of adventuring and a little free-form summer. Didn't plan a ton and had amazing adventures still.
Yeah.
Wrapped up the season with a little bit of racing.
And how did you feel come the end of that?
Oh, fantastic. Maybe as fit as I've ever been just because of the volume that I'd done without specific intensity, maybe.
Yeah. And then what brought you back to, you have been racing this year and plan to do some more.
Yeah, so at the Rut last year, a year ago, I had a good race and it made me think, you know, what would it be like if I really focused? You know, my entire running career, I've been mostly self-coached and was curious about what I could do if I just focused on training for racing. So
now you've got a coach.
Yeah.
And does it help you more with workouts or is it somebody you can bounce ideas off and they're like, no, you shouldn't do that race the weekend after one?
Yes, would be the answer. It helps me see the insanity in racing too much. That happens a lot. There's a lot of FOMO in our sport.
Yep.
It's hard to pull that back, as well as adding a whole new level of structure and planning to my training. I've had structure before, but thought process of starting in October to get ready for now and building up through the periods and things like that. It's been pretty awesome.
Because like having seen you on the like sort of schemo side, it seemed like you had a lot of structure in your training there.
Yeah, but not as much long-term planning.
Okay.
You know, it'd be 3 months of like head down, hammer, race, but not really thinking about what's next year or what's in 6 months and putting that all together.
So go back to the beginning of this year. What was your focus? You can only have 1, 2, maybe 3.
So A races were Tromsø in Norway, Glencoe Skyline in Scotland.
Okay.
And then we decided to use the US Sky Series as kind of tune-up races, but still training through them. So Whiteface in New York was earlier this year. The Rut, I'm doing the VK and the 28k.
Okay.
And then I
prescribed running the VK and the 28k.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Coach said, "Let's do it. Let's see what happens." And then I will probably go to Flagstaff if I'm in the runnings for a decent ranking for the season.
For the series.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've run a lot of longer races, not all just hundreds, but you had sort of focused on ultras a lot.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of shorter stuff this year. What's this being 28k? Is the 28k merely a smart strategy of your overall season? Or?
I would say on one hand, absolutely. But the other part of this is when I went to Scott Johnson, my coach, and said, I want to start working with you, he said, what are you weak at? And that's hard to admit, right? To say, well, I suck at running fast, was my answer. I go up and down hills really good. I run technical terrain well, but I don't run fast. And so part of the shorter races is to build leg speed.
Okay.
And be able to run in a different gear than you get to run in an ultra.
So you're going to have some of that this weekend?
We'll see. I've been training for it. I hope it goes well.
Are you enjoying that change in training?
Yeah. With the intensity that we're doing, it's hard work. And hard work comes with sacrifice. So there are days where I don't want to do the workout because I'm tired or for whatever reason. But I'm seeing results that I'm very happy with. So it's worth the effort.
Yeah. And I believe this is the Rut's 4th year, and it is your 4th time at the Rut.
I haven't missed it.
And it's your first time you've run the 50k 3 times. Have you run the VK?
This is my first VK ever.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I've never done one. I kind of have this idea in my mind that if I'm going to travel to a race, I need to run at least as many hours as I drive.
And the 28k wasn't cutting it?
That never happens with VK, so I've never done one.
Okay, fair enough.
But it worked out for the schedule, and it's something I've been curious about for a long time.
Nice. Well, good luck in both your races this weekend.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.